So, I guess what, you know, you came to me looking for a lesson. Do you feel like there's something that maybe you really looking to improve upon, or is it just like a general, you just want to sharpen up your general skill set in this time, or do you have something in mind?
For the most part, it's got a general, but I do feel like I'm getting I could use some help at a disadvantage, I guess.
Okay.
But yeah, for the most part, it's general. But yeah, I do feel like my biggest weakness right now is landing. And of course, I do think part of it is my character, but
Yeah.
a huge part of that is me as
Do
well.
you want me to start as Olimar, or you want me to start as someone else?
It doesn't matter. Whoever you'd like.
All right, I'll start as Olimar, and we can adjust from there if we need to.
Sounds good. That'd be good against practice against someone who has a pretty good disc.
True, true. Yeah, I mean, Terry's definitely one of those characters where his landing options are very, like, straightforward. You don't have, like, an amazing, like, get off me button when you're landing. So I can see how that could be a little bit tougher.
Yeah, there's definitely things I can do about it, I feel, but because I don't see too many other Terry players who have the same problem.
Yeah. I'm surprised that didn't kill me, to be honest.
Little me too. I'll take the hit though. Biggest part that matters to me. Ooh, expect that to big spike.
Yeah, the spike on it's only active for about 2 frames, and then after that it's all sour spot, and then that'll usually send you whatever side you're on, like of the Pikmin.
Yeah, good to know. Thanks.
Oh, alright. Not expecting to land that jab block, to be honest.
I was gonna say, I felt for one. Yeah, pretty take a lot more damage there. Ooh.
Got a little sloppy there, man, to get hit too early.
I was gonna say, I kind of felt a little weird. I don't think I should have connected the.
Yeah, that was definitely on me. So that's just especially rough with Terry because his up B is very susceptible to one, my down smash hitting, but two, since it's like a bunch of small multi hits, but it doesn't like, it's not like the Shoryus, right? Or like Kin Shoryu especially, which is that like really good poking option. I find it easier to desync it on it. So if you're fighting like an Olimar specifically, or someone who really does that like ledge poke option, maybe like a Wolf F tilt or something, your best bet might to be like really thread the needle with like micro spacing that up B to hit just the tip of it, like to the lowest possible ledge to that point, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think I just panicked a little bit, so occasionally that's what it's on in fact. That's hoping to poke you, but I think you're right.
Like right there, like I down smashed, anticipating that you would probably come up, and then like release my down smash in between the hits of it to desync it and punish you.
Gotcha. Okay. I deserve.
Yeah, you got a little greedy with the up B there, but you know, you live and you learn.
Yep.
That shouldn't kill. Yeah. Terry's a little bit of a heavy boy.
I'll take the last part.
Yeah, that'll hit most sledge hangs. I should have just shielded. You couldn't kill with a grab.
No, not yet. Anyway.
Yeah, so I was center stage. I was like, oh, I would have been fine. I was honestly expecting a Buster Wolf, so I think the shield was probably the better option, regardless, or either way. But yeah, I like the So it's like a good and a bad thing. There's a couple times where like I'll try and do something instead of air dodging, you're just going for the nair. You're just like get off of me, right? Like it's a quick get off me option, and that's helping in some cases because I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna nair smash you or something, or do this and wait, and you're just like, what are you talking about? I'm not gonna stop hitting you. But in the same vein, you also can't always be swinging, right? Because you know, if it works 1 out of every 10 times, there's 9 times where it doesn't work, right? And I think there's a lot of instances where you're trying to always fight me, and I'm like, I'm Olimar. I press more buttons. I press like more buttons per interaction, right? Like when you hit me, you might get your combos, but on average, I'm like pop, 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 and it's not always just like one button. It's like a bunch of things where you're like down tilt, or something like that, right? Or jab, jab, jab. So you might need to be a little bit more careful about that and kind of just being like, okay, I should probably just maybe shield and get out of here somehow, or like reset in some way that's not necessarily like swinging. If you find it's not working, that is.
Okay, I feel like it's something that's kind of new. With picking up Terry, but I'll be also pressing that.
Say that one more time.
I feel like that's definitely something to do that I've just picked up.
Oh yeah. I mean, he's a character that has frame data that kind of warrants that in some cases. I think all the Shotos do. They're kind of like about that playstyle, which isn't necessarily like a bad thing, but it's just kind of like figuring out the fine line where you can really be like, all right, let me press buttons and then know when to like get out of there.
Right. Yeah.
That was good. Oh no.
Don't get too many people who escape that after.
I was like, please, I need to get out of here. Once you have go and I start getting like jabbed at like 30, I'm like, all right, I already know where we're going with this. Especially if it's near like the end of the stage. Honestly, you probably could have like parried into up B.
I intend to, but the last couple times I've done that, I for some reason I keep going charge up B and then I get sideways.
Oh, okay.
So
I mean, you can also try like up air if you're not super if you're not super comfortable. So it's worth experimenting with. But I like that you had the thought. It's just really like capitalizing. I know Wi-Fi is gonna make it a little bit harder just because of the timing things. But having that that like readiness to be like, oh, I parried you, you're gonna get punished now. That's very important.
Gotcha. Okay. gone. Right there.
That was a little close for comfort.
Just
No! Live, live, live!
yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. I was ready for like something in the air. That was good because that called my whistle.
Yeah. I was hoping to catch something right off the ground when I was attempting for that.
That was good. That was good.
Whew.
I'll do a couple more with Olimar, and then I'll try and get a character that I think might be able to force the disadvantage to be bad. Are you more concerned with the off-stage disadvantage or like the vertical, like the getting juggled?
More so off stage, but vertical is definitely an issue.
Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably try someone. I'll probably start with like a sortie like Martha Lucina and see because they can kind of do both.
That's good. Yeah, Lucina is definitely a pretty decent problem. I generally end up just going for it anyway.
Gotcha. Oh, I forgot that doesn't work even if I parry it.
Yep, agree.
If I honestly had the Pikmin, you definitely would have died. So it's good that you didn't. I probably still could have killed you with a single pluck turnaround, but I didn't want to risk it.
Gotcha. I was fully expecting that I'd get the super red guy. I should have just tried to attack you.
Yeah, I don't know if I like any Terrys.
It's a wait.
Yeah, yeah.
You want to like the Earth, you get a DI into but then it can potentially go like up throw instead.
Oh yeah.
Dang it.
There we go.
Didn't expect that. How far behind is that hitbox?
It's like a little bit behind Olimar, but it's also like a mix of your model just poking through.
Fair enough. Okay.
But because it's a yellow, it's so big. That is really good at catching people like getting up or rolling behind me.
I believe that. I'll correct you. That my shield broke.
Oh, I guess you were just so far out there that doing the move was just gonna put you into the blast zone.
Yeah, reaching my arms out. I should have apologized.
Gotcha. I don't know what your stage is set on, but if you want to set it to random, I do have the legal stage list, so you'll be able to get some variety in there.
Sure.
Just figure that.
Oh my bad.
Yeah, you're good.
I thought I had to put random.
Most people do it that way, but it just helps get some variety in there. And I think with the disadvantage, the different platform layouts are definitely gonna lend to or hurt you in some cases.
Of course.
Honestly, though, I think overall you seem pretty solid. The big things are, don't get too predictable with those specials. Like I don't remember what the move is called. Like the blue fire fist thing.
Side B.
Yeah, side B. Like, don't get too greedy with that, especially with the landings, because like if you fight someone else and they're ready for it, they're just gonna like directional air dodge or save their double jump or something and then bait it out, and then you run the risk of getting hit. Like, I think it's power knuckles, the like angled down punch. Like that's a little bit more leeway because that has like no lag if you land it. But even then, like you saw, like I punished you off parry on it a couple times, so like it's definitely doable, you know.
Okay. So you think I gotta get a little bit feedback for, or is that just a danger?
I feel like overall you are getting a little bit predictable with it. It's kind of like I know you want to swing, right? Like so I'm in certain areas it's just more likely that you're gonna do it.
Right. Okay.
So watch when you're swinging. Like if it's not working, kind of recognize like, okay, I got hit here. I need to adjust for next time. Shit. I need to adjust for next time.
Gotcha. Okay. I guess I'm just not recognizing when I'm getting punished enough for it.
Yeah.
I feel like in my head it's worked more often than not.
No, I get what you're saying. And it's like, if it works, you know, first 4 times and then it doesn't, that's when you need to be like, okay, I need to change it up. Even if you want to change up the timing ever so slightly or something. Just like, kind of when you're getting hit, you know, recognize or work on recognizing like why you're getting hit.
Okay. Dang.
Yeah, I saw that.
Nope. We'll keep trying to get too fancy.
Yeah.
Oh,
accident. All right, let me swap over to Lucina, and we'll see how some of those games go.
Okay.
So, how have your locals and stuff been going before they were canceled?
Usually pretty well. I'm consistently getting top 8. I don't. There hasn't been one I've reached top 8 yet.
Okay.
Lowest I've gotten is 5, but I just can't.
You're having trouble clutching it out. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. I've made the grand finals, so I've gotten reverse 3-0 more than I've gotten it. So
look, as someone who's given my local players a lot of reverse 3-0s when they're about to win, I know what it's like. You know, like we had a player who's never won a local in Smash 4. He played Cloud, and he literally was in. He had it in his grasp. He's in winner's side of grands, and I reverse 6-0'd him, and I was like, "You're not winning." You know, so that top player, that favorite to win, is gonna really make you work for it, and that's where it comes down to like a lot of mixing things up before they're even ready for it. Like you were in their head enough, or you were playing good enough to make it to grand, but now it's like you got to crank it up to 11, right? You got to be mixing things up before they've even stopped working, so to speak.
Right. Yeah. I see you. I agree.
Oh my gosh, that was so good. I was like, after I input the air dodge, I was like, oh no, I'm gonna die.
I hate that. Oh boy. Oh, look at the fourth hit. So cool.
Yeah, the forward tilt, because it kind of swings down from the bottom, that I was like, all right, this should catch him if he hangs there, or if he does like potential jump or like a drop down or something like that.
Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Not noticing.
Oh no, I didn't turn it on.
Oh.
Okay, so that I like.
2 speed. Yeah.
I feel like the disadvantage we were talking about though, like there was a brief interaction where like I got you up in the air, and it just felt like you were kind of just swinging your way down. And I think with a character like Terry, you just simply can't do that. At least not against a character with disjoints, right? Like I have a sword, so I'm gonna come up there and I'm gonna hit you, and you're gonna just get hit by it. Like you don't have a disjoint of your own. You can still incorporate those side Bs, those down specials, or whatever you want to do, and try and mix it up. But I think neutral air dodge could be like a neutral air dodge fastball could be a good way to like mix them up and keep them kind of guessing.
Oh.
See what I meant about like the swinging at a disadvantage?
Yeah.
Remember that has frame 1 invincibility in the air, so if I input it,
okay.
yeah, it's 4 I believe on the ground and it's 1 in the air.
Yeah, I did not know it's 1 here. I'll give it a
The classic. The down tilt, you DI in, run off down air. And honestly, that's one of those instances where like you're getting hit, you're not really reacting to the down tilt, understandably so. So you DI in because if you DIF tilt out, you might just die, right?
right.
But when you get hit like that, it kind of needs to be an immediate, I need to get out of here, right? Because when Lucina, or I do this with Olimar with this jab all the time too, it's like, if they're ready to follow up, at least like air dodge up and in. If you're not going that far, like you can react to the knockback at that point, right, and see what you got hit by. Be ready to jump out of there, maybe even up B or something. But you can't let them kind of just like come and hit you.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you definitely could have killed me off that parry. I think
I could have, but
it's hard to do it. Yeah. Yeah, it's a trade.
I'll take it.
At least we both died.
Oh boy.
Exactly what I told you. You know, you do it, and then you're like, "Oh, I'm fine," and then next thing you know, you die. It might be true at some points. I honestly couldn't tell you everything. You know, I'm not a Lucina player, but it's something that you at least want to be trying to avoid. If you DI out, it's probably a lot better. But at those low percentages, you honestly might be able to just risk DIing out.
Okay.
Oh, I messed that up.
Let's just trying to hook that pattern. Yep, no panic.
Yeah, I was too far away.
Yep. Yep.
Once again, the swinging at a disadvantage, especially when I have those, like, you might just be better off going low or going at a mid-level and stop trying to, like, do the power dive or whatever it's called, the downwards punch. Because when that, like, you landed on the platform and I was like, swing, free. Like, there's no thought about it. You're not going to hit me because you're landing on that platform especially. So you just got to try and fight that natural response to just, like, press a button to get out of disadvantage at those higher ups. Because you're coming at a diagonal down. Like, you have one move that does it. I have a lot of options to hit up there.
Right. I think my main thing is I'm just trying to avoid up beneath the ledge.
No, I definitely don't. I don't blame you. But maybe, like, go for the hitbox when you're farther out. Like, use it to get the horizontal space. And because, you know, obviously you don't want that to happen. But then maybe you can, like, try and air dodge or something to the ledge.
Right.
But if you're going to go for those hits, you just have to be a bit better about not getting caught, I think.
Okay. I'm not. I don't do it to go for hits. I just do it.
Yeah. It is a recovery move that has a hit as well, but it's something that needs to be kept in mind, I think.
Okay. 99. Nope.
And honestly, you're going to have to experiment. You're going to have to really play around with it and go like, okay, what's going to work here? Or maybe you have to take like the lesser of two punishes, how you like got grabbed there, right? Like, I'd rather get grabbed than F-smashed.
Right, okay. I meant to, slide people that way.
Gotcha.
But I'll take.
Yeah, I was not expecting you to perfectly do the power guide there. I was like, well, I know the auto turnaround is why you turned around, but I was like, all right, I should be fine here. And then it's like, turn around, power guys. I was like, oh.
Power geyser and bust one, you can inflict both of that. That one doesn't matter which one you're paying.
Oh, okay.
Well, I can try to steal that. Yep.
Oh, no, I messed up there. I definitely had you.
Cool. Yeah. I agree.
Oh.
No.
Honestly, that
I tried to go.
that was a lot of like,
Okay.
okay, Terry has no real kill throws except in very specific instances. Hold a lot of shield,
Mhm.
and then but also do it at like spacings where either I don't care if you grab me because we're center stage or something, or there's
Right.
enough time for me to react to you dash grabbing, right?
Right.
So was that mixed with the fact that like you saw you tried to do the side B and I just up smashed you? It was like I'm ready for you to swing. I was because I know you didn't want to go to the ledge because I've been punishing you. It's like I'd caught on to your next thought process based on what we'd been doing in the previous games and how you were kind of
Mhm.
gradually losing the control.
Okay.
And it was just me, like, I was perfectly content with just inching you back, you know, getting those jabs, getting a couple forward air, dancing blade, putting you in disadvantage, and just playing, like, a more reserved, patient game. So you need to try and match that patience and go, like, okay, I'll take my time, I'll grab ledge, maybe I'll do a regular get up, maybe I'll do a roll, but I don't need to always swing back, right? Because when you do those things,
Okay.
if they whiff, you're getting hit.
Right. Okay. Alright, I'll try to keep that bus. That's fine. Oh, that's fine. That's it.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, that's something I need to read. I noticed that you generally have been, like, it's like after a hit that has a potential string on there, you'll. Nope, didn't. You'll kind of do something swinging the way down. I just keep not thinking to, like, save back and punish the brain.
Yeah. Like, you know, catch on to the fact that like the same way that I'm kind of reading how you're acting in disadvantage, you can do the same. You know, even read how I'm acting in advantage. You know, if it's not a true combo, there's definitely room for improvement.
Okay.
I was like, come on up here.
Dang.
I
So
was like,
excited for
please,
that
no,
one.
I don't want that to kill me. I was at like 40.
I'm so excited. Dang. I need to work on that.
Like, that's fine. Grab me. You know, I'm not dead. I don't care nearly as much.
Right, yeah. Ugh. Yeah.
You know, maybe you should have gone a little bit lower with it and then tried to hit like bottom of the ledge. But even then, that's scary. You know, you don't. You could have. I think you still had your jump. You could have jumped air dodge. You could have just horizontal air dodge. Probably would have reached. You could have jump air dodged. But going for those things, they're gonna get you punished. I'm gonna keep punishing you for it, and it's good because it's gonna help you like adjust to like I can't keep doing these things. You need it has to be.
Get
It's
out of my
more of a
character.
mix-up. Just like how I can't always mash with Olimar, right, or something like that. It's you have to really mix it up if they're gonna keep calling you out on it. So when you fight someone, do it, but like be more mindful of like every time you do it, it's more likely they might punish it if they haven't yet.
Right, okay. Yeah, I'll keep trying to work on that, definitely.
Oop.
Oh no.
All right, might need to rehost the room. Oh, there we go.
Nope, still checking my info.
Wow, I'm really surprised that hit me. And that, I mean, sometimes you also have to recognize, like, that's just in a spot where you might mess up once, but then the way the disadvantage spirals, you don't have necessarily, like, a good option. Like, you might just have to lose there. And so you have to, like, go back further and go, okay, well, why did I get there in the first place? Oh, it's because I did this option. And then you have to, like, accept that, okay, yeah, you were kind of messed up after that one point, so you need to work on that not happening. Because, like, as a character like Lucina, and with a recovery as, like, linear as Terry's, you kind of had to do something there. So when I swung, it was bound to, like, hit you. You know, you could have tried to maybe mix up the timing and go down and then try and do a diagonal at B. But those are all, like, you know, potential you still losing options.
Right. Yeah, I even had a good.
Like, yeah, like right there, it's just, it's rough. Yep. Like there, I was kind of like, all right, I'm not confident that the whole Dancing Blade will connect. I'm gonna hit you. Oh, I hit +3. Well, I was already planning on. I already hit. So I hit Dancing Blade. Hit 3 there. I was already kind of committing to canceling it just in case. And then it was like, okay, I think you're gonna immediately jump in to do something, and you did, and I fared you. You know.
Okay.
I don't know if you were anticipating maybe getting hit by the entirety of Dancing Blade or something, but that was one of those things where like maybe you could have drifted inwards and down and not burned your jump and tried to go for a lower angle under the recovery, and you wouldn't have got fared there.
Okay.
But that's just like, that's a scramble where you probably didn't expect what was happen, but next time you can kind of be a bit more prepared.
Right. The next time I get knocked out, taking that.
Yeah. Because remember, you're less, you know, you weren't at like the same kill percent I was. Like, Dancing Blade might have killed you there, but I don't know for sure. Whereas, like, if you hit me, I was probably gonna die.
Right.
I was like, yeah, he's probably gonna power guys here. This should be all right. accidentally burned my double jump there.
Yep, I forgot to didn't get the dragon foot.
Oh, true. Good air dodge. That was much better. That should be it. There, that was amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I like to mix up the air dodge there. You know, sometimes you just gotta get like beat into you to where you're finally like, okay, this is not.
This is bad situation.
Yeah, like this is not the play. I need to mix it up, and you won't always have an immediate answer either. And while that's really bad for tournament, like that's perfectly fine in like a coaching session or friendlies or whatever, where you can just like ram your head into that wall till it finally clicks.
Right. Okay.
3, 2, 1, go!
Oh yes, that'll do it. But I think that was bad DI.
It was.
Yeah.
Let's try to step away. Yep. Yep.
Like I waited, you know, I waited.
I even thought in my head I shouldn't do, but then I saw you not coming out.
It was one of those things where you're like, all right, don't do this, but your hands are already in the process of doing it. You're like, what are you doing? I'm gonna lose. I have had plenty of scenarios like that, so I know what it's like. All right, let me swap to I did like a set with a different character, and I think I'll go back to Olimar and see if maybe it fares any differently than it did earlier.
Okay.
I'll try Joker.
Okay.
But yeah, I feel like other than that, you're not too bad. Like I was saying earlier, I feel like swinging overall is kind of get you sometimes. Like you swing, you know, you don't want to always swing at a disadvantage, whether it be in like a small neutral exchange or off stage and all that. But other than that, it seems all right. I mean, you're getting some combos. And Wi-Fi is also gonna, you know, make it a little bit harder to be very precise. But I think you could also do a little bit more just to like, yeah, just
okay, good.
just do a little bit more mix up in like your neutral game and just how you're applying pressure in general. Like, it's gonna be a little bit better if you like
Okay.
are mixing me up, and I'm kind of left guessing. Like, oh, is he gonna swing here, or should I buff my air dodge, or should I wait? You know, things like that.
Gotcha. Okay.
See, I baited that out, actually. I was like, all right, I did a couple things. You think I'm going to try and counter? Let me run down and shield. He can't kill me off grab. He's
Okay.
probably going to do his Buster Wolf.
Okay.
Let me space that over just like... Oh, you know what I should do?
Dang.
Nice. Kind of waiting on it. I like that. Using those low commitment jabs.
Not sure how that didn't hit me.
I'm actually really surprised as well. I was like, all right, this should at least hit him with a downward gun. Oh, no. All right, he's just chilling.
I feel pretty bad.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
I know the correct answer is to stay on the platform. So.
Oh, yeah. Take your time with it. I mean, you can't just, like, stay on there for free, but it's definitely one of those, like, patience is the best option things.
I swear, every time I hear I think about your cloud, man, let me...
Oh, yeah. So that was a little close. That was a little close.
A little bit.
You were doing pretty good, I think, not committing at the end there. You're like trying to just land the jab, just do like those safe power waves. I think that was smart. It was kind of those scary things because like if you didn't kill me, it was like once our tin gets there, it gets way harder, you know. But you know, if you catch me holding shield like that, don't be afraid to maybe try and go in there and get that dash grab. Or like if I'm holding shield so much, even if you're not killing me, you're putting me in a spot where now it changes the dynamic of the match. I'm off stage, the game has changed a bit, and now you can employ a different set of strategies.
Right, okay.
Okay. I like that.
It works every now and then.
Yeah, it only needs to work every now and then, you know? Okay, I got one stock to 3. I can do this. I can do this. I was like, oh, how to get around? And then I remembered you just automatically turn around if I cross you up.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that was insane. All right, I got shambled, but that's good. That's what we want. We want you to be shambling. All right, let's finish this Joker Terry set.
A lot easier to fight Joker. He's got a lot smaller sword.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I'm not good enough at playing super dumb with Joker. It takes a certain finesse to really, you know, really get someone showing them why Joker's so
down,
good. Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go!
Oh, no way, no way.
Okay.
Yeah, I missed that. That's...
No one wants to be in that corner.
That's a bad corner. I missed that one, but there.
Oh wow, that's weaker than I thought.
I DI'd that correctly, because I see you're going to.
No, I misspaced it. That was good though.
Whew.
That was good. That was good. A lot better about mixing it up. I definitely think, my Joker was either like, all right, I'm getting you in this sick play. Oh, hit the up smash, hit the up B or something, and then you don't die, and then it's like, all right, we reset, and I'm like, all right, that was my one Joker thing. So I'm gonna do a game or two with Olimar, and then we'll wrap it up and see where we're really at. But I liked, the neutral. You were being a bit more conservative at times. Like, you would kind of let me commit first at times, and that's good because you were like, if I commit wrong or at the wrong time when he's got Arsene, I'm dead. Like, it's just gonna be an F smash or something, and that was smart. So kind of maintaining that reserved gameplay in you was very important.
Thank you. Ooh.
3, 2, 1, go!
Dang.
Oh, sorry, you just like misspacing the horizontal spacing on that and assuming it'll catch, or?
No, those never catch. Not like
Okay.
none of his special is the only one that catches. I just keep trying to get to input the
Gotcha.
to do the charge up B, and I just keep missing it. That's my main thing here.
Gotcha.
Whew.
I'm really surprised that
I
didn't
got lucky
spike.
there.
I was about to out smash, you know. Wait, nope. Special cancel. I know what I gotta do.
I like the sound of that. Yep.
I had like no lag, wow.
Pretty hope I was gonna break it.
I was really hoping it wasn't gonna break my shield. Shield, I think I wanted to try and parry that, but since I missed it, I ended up getting punished.
I think you can. I can even punish that on pair if I can.
It depends on what option I do, because like you're gonna special cancel, and I
Fair
think your
enough.
FB's 5, so it's like very tough for me to do.
Gotcha. Yep. Should I have committed that?
No, auto turn around. The DI did
Ooh.
nothing. All right, one more game and then we'll call it. All right.
Sounds good.
Definitely good though. I think you're playing and you're in your rhythm. You're getting your combos. You're swinging a lot. So you know if you notice that I'm punishing that a lot, that's where you got to reel it back. And I think you're doing that a little bit more at the end, not getting too greedy. But like keep.
Okay.
I think the Shotos are a really good character that like. They kind of exacerbate someone when they get flustered because they get hit once and then it's another little tap and then they eat another like long 30% combo and it just frustrates them and that's what you want to run with a lot of the time.
Okay.
That's how it be sometimes.
Yep. Nope. Didn't do that. I think it says that. Like the line I fear works is purple, purple, blue.
Oh yeah, it's one of the most destructive, especially when you're at that high percent like that. Like double purples, in my opinion, the most like Olimar's arguably the best character in the game, just because like your freedom that you have is insane. And the way you can pressure is really
yeah,
good.
I definitely see that.
Because like his purple side B's at its unsafest, it's -6.
Yeah, that's pretty
And
sick.
that's not counting when I throw it and then I get up on you and it's just a true block string. And I can constantly mix up the timing. So it's a very powerful option. So like you definitely want to try and prioritize killing the Pikmin if you can, but you just can't always do it when I'm like throwing them a certain way. Like I'll throw it and I'll make it look like you can hit it, and then if you hit it, I'm gonna kill you. Or I'm gonna hit you with something like way harder.
Right. That's definitely something I need to practice with.
Nice.
I'm gonna blame Lila.
Lilat tilt.
I'm gonna blame Lila.
Lilat tilt definitely helps me there. And that's honestly one of the reasons I like Lilat in general, or like tilts in general for Olimar, is because when I go down and you keep hitting, and I'm like, all right, I'm under that now. But no, I think you were doing pretty good there. It's just like that was one of those instances where Olimar gets double purple and he's in his rhythm, he's in his groove, and he's playing his game. You have to try very hard to do it. And when the Olimar player's like, I think on point and he's got double purple, like you're waiting for him to mess up essentially, right? Because it's so hard to do. Like you could try parrying everything and maybe get a hit in depending on how I approach, but if I play it like a really safe version, it's gonna be difficult to do it. But overall, I think you were doing pretty good there. Like, you even knew when you upbeat it in that first stock, you're like, oh no, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have swung there. And, you know, you saw when you were getting punished for it, so I think your general awareness for that was getting a lot better. And when you're going and you're practicing these upcoming days or whatever have you, you know, you really need to still, like, focus in on that mindset. Like, stop swinging. When you're getting hit because of it, you have to ask yourself why. Or when something's going wrong, you got to ask yourself why. Because that's the biggest part for you at the moment. You have like a general game plan of what you want to do, but when it's going wrong, you're struggling to identify it and then correct it.
Right. Okay.
But I think, you know, you were doing pretty good other than that. You know, your conversions were pretty strong. Always room to improve upon, of course. Maybe incorporate some of those mix-ups on the timings, get a grab, get an empty hop or something like that. Or just like jab 1-2 someone's shield and then mix it up, or just down tilt them and just see how they're responding. You're going to change this, of course, depending on the character, but someone like Lucina or Mario, they're going to be more likely to up you out of shield, and that's a little bit less, you have a little bit less leeway. But if someone like Olimar, someone with a slower out of shield game, you could probably exploit that a bit more.
Okay.
And then, you know, worst comes to worst, you could always just try and hit them with your safe shield pressure options. Bear on their shield. If they're on a platform, just up air them, just poke them. You don't always have to go up air to up B, right? You can kind of just like, let me threaten them. Like, they're not punishing an up air on shield under a platform. That's -2. So you have that room to play around with and kind of keep them guessing so you don't always get tunneled into this specific style.
Right. Okay.
Any final questions or things you wanted to ask?
Not at the moment. If I can think of any, I'll ask you. But
Oh yeah, no problem. Shoot me a message. With that said, then yeah, I'll probably get this up in a couple of days like usual, and I'll let you know then. All right.
Awesome. Thank you
All
very
right,
much.
man. Have a good night.
Thank you. You as well.